I seen it. God bless you.
Welcome to the Inner Circle podcast. What an intro. What a way to start. we know. Yeah, I don't know why we're laughing, but we know. Welcome to another spectacular episode of the Inner Circle podcast. I'm your host, Charlie, with my best girlfriend co host, Melanie. How is everyone out there?
Hi.
And I have to say, last week was shout out to the people that tuned in live. That was kicking with us, watching us.
Yeah.
Last week, sometimes to be honest, sometimes speaking for myself, I'm surprised at like even views later or statistics on speaker stuff, like where you see certain numbers for certain episodes, and it's like, oh, okay, like
Okay, I see you. See
yeah,
me.
and it's like, what was so special about this? But I mean, all our episodes we do, obviously, we come into it putting our all and putting our time and stuff. But like, it's like
Yeah.
sometimes, okay, this one, um, but literally, we're catching up. How are you?
I am so good. I am good, good, good. I'm having a great week. It's a week. It's a
So,
week of reparations. Go New York, go New York, go. Yeah, I know you don't care about sports, but like I'm so excited for the World Series.
uh huh. Is
Did
are
you
you?
know that they did you know who's playing?
No.
Oh, oh God. Okay, so the Yankees are finally going to the World Series after a long time, and they're playing against the LA Dodgers. So obviously, go Yankees.
New York versus LA.
Yeah, I know, but I'm so excited because I don't. I like sports, but I'm a little bit like soft with it. I'm a little quiet about it. I like going to sport outings. I don't like to play sports,
Mhm.
but when it comes to baseball, I love the Yankees, and yeah, I'm excited. I wanted to go to the World Series games, but that's not happening. Do you know how much is the cheapest seat to go?
How
Like
much?
1,200. Like literally, the nosebleed seats are $1,200. Like no, I'm not paying my rent to go. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
it's insane. I was telling you right before the show, like this year, I'm excited for Halloween. Like yes, last year I participated in Halloween, but this is the first year where I'm willing, on Halloween to spend. I even told you the amount of money in the party. You was like, huh?
yeah,
And
no thanks.
uh, um, I'm willing to do that, and I'm excited, and specifically for my costume. But my costume has not arrived, and I ordered my costume like over 2 weeks ago at this point. So I'm freaking out. I am freaking out.
I got my costume yesterday. I hope that I do this costume justice. I wanted to dress up in this costume for a long time, but I just felt like I couldn't do it. And I feel like right now is the right time. So I'm excited. I hope you get your costume ASAP. When is the expected delivery date?
I mean, it did. This place doesn't give an expected delivery date because this is like maybe the second or third time I order from them. They
Yeah.
definitely come from China. They
Oh,
don't give, yeah, they definitely don't give an expected delivery date. So we'll see. It's in the U.S. on the 18th on the tracking thing. It said it cleared customs
oh,
U.S.
then it's coming.
Yeah,
What's
but
today?
like, it said it the 18th. The 18th was like Saturday. No.
Well, a lot of things are going through customs probably. I love when it says it's in the Queens distribution center because that's when you know it's like near the corner and it's coming. But I have one more piece of my costume that is also shipping from China, which I'm gagged about because I bought it on Amazon and I need it. If I don't get it, it's not gonna be complete. So, and the tracking information is from China Post, so it doesn't give you the information. And it was like in Mandarin. I literally copied it and pasted it on the translator app to see where it was. And it basically just said like a city and town in China. So A bitch is scared. Hopefully, our stuff comes at the same time.
Listen, it has to come between today, tomorrow, and Friday. Like Friday itself, the event is
This
Friday.
Saturday or this Friday?
It is the party is Friday.
This Friday.
Party is Friday. So my costume has to come tomorrow or Friday. But I'm gonna have to
Okay.
go back up. That also, I hope I'm gonna have to go to Amazon and order the ones that say that will come on Friday, in case as a backup.
You don't have like the overnight option on Amazon?
I'm a Prime member.
Doesn't matter. There's if you live close enough to a distribution center from
Yeah.
Amazon, you can get it overnighted.
We shall see. I'm gonna try something, but all in all, I want this particular costume because where else am I gonna wear it?
Are you gonna show the costume here after Halloween?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show pictures.
Okay.
There will be pictures posted. I'm gonna show pictures of that particular costume compared to last year's costume.
And what are we doing on Halloween on the actual day? Are we going to celebrate wearing costumes?
Well, I can't talk specifics
I know.
because
Loosely.
there's things going on and it's surprises too, so I can't talk specifics. But I guess I'll wear. I was planning on wearing something regular that
That not that costume.
No, of course not. I can't. Oh no, I
Oh,
can't dress in that costume.
that would have been fun.
Take that. No.
Okay.
No, but yeah, but speaking of costumes, as you guys know, and it's cool to see some people DM and say looking forward to it or can't wait when y'all cook up.
Oh, I saw those poll results.
But yes, we
Yeah.
were saying we've been doing some, random polls on the Inner Circle Podcast Instagram page. If you're not following, please do. And there was some interesting throughout the weekend and throughout the days we've been posting different ideas and different things of what we should be and having you guys vote. Let me pull up. Do you have
Do you want me to pull it up? Because I saw it and I was like, oh, these people don't know me because what y'all choosing for me to wear is not something I would ever wear. I was X Pac last year. I was D Generation X. What makes you think I'm going to be like, let me shut up.
so
I got it up here.
one of them, yeah, go ahead.
Uh, wait, it's not in the stories anymore.
All right, so one of them is well, at one, we asked, what will your costume be this year? The choices were funny / offensive, sexy, boring, and the last one was casual, basic, batic, typo.
Mine's is funny. I think mine's would be funny. I don't think mine's is going to be offensive. Actually, that's a lie. I think it would be offensive to a certain community.
I don't think that community is that sensitive as some.
You don't think so? It's not a community. It's not a community. They're like I don't want to explain, but like
Tell me out.
Okay, yeah.
But I know mine is gonna be more sexy. 60% of people said 50% funny / offensive, 33% said sexy, and 17% said boring.
Why would you have a boring
one? Did I? I mean, I just
the one for us. I said for you, I voted you should be Usher, but then Usher's just been wearing a big ass red fur coat, shirtless with some jeans, running around with a microphone and a big gold chain. So that's an easy one.
So here I got them. Here's one of the polls. No. What should Charlie be for this year's Halloween? One of the choices was the Priest, Usher, Donald Trump, and Batman. 67% of the people voted Usher. 70% said Priest. 70% said Donald Trump. Then,
Priest as in priest.
Yes.
That's a.
What should only be this year? The choices were Pocahontas, Princess Jasmine, Hulk Hogan, Wizard of Oz, Wicked Witch, 71% said Princess Jasmine, which I could actually see you doing that actually, and 29% said The Wizard of Oz, Wicked Witch.
So the Princess Jasmine one, I would do it if maybe we weren't in New York and it wasn't gonna be cold. That's one. Two, and also my tan from Puerto Rico and DR has faded. Um, and then Hulk Hogan, I don't know where the fuck you got that from. Just that he's not my
Was
wrestler of
maybe
choice.
Generation X last
If
year.
I had to do another wrestler, honestly, I had this conversation with my friend. I would want to be like the Undertaker or Kane. That would
Mm.
be cool. But no, no, I don't like Hulk Hogan, and also he's controversial as fuck. What
Yeah.
was the other one? The Wicked Witches. I want to see the movie. I
I
don't know
can't
nothing.
wait for the movie. I seen the
I
play.
don't. I don't know nothing about Wicked. I've never seen it. Never heard about the
Have you
story.
ever watched Wizard of Oz? I think
I
we
know what it's about.
deja vu, and I think we discussed this on the show. And I
Yeah,
told you to go to HBO Max and watch it. Hello, you got
HBO. It's on HBO Max or Disney.
it. HBO Max, Wizard of Oz.
Okay, I'll try to watch it. I'll
So
try to remember.
that's and it's an old classic. Oh, I love that.
I want to see the Wiz.
Oh, the Wiz is funny because people were surprised last week. I had this conversation. People were surprised that I've never seen the Wiz.
I want to
want
go see it. My boss wants to come see it.
I actually want to see the Broadway show, and I never seen
Yeah.
it with Michael and Diana. Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, for those people who don't.
For the young.
But yeah, but listen, we obviously we are single ladies. Oh, my single lady. Well, I have a ring, but I got this. I put a ring on it. And we are, sometimes we take to the apps to date. And I know you was talking about as a recent that you signed up to Bumble. Listen, me myself, real quick, I'm not on no apps. I know that there's some like gay versions of what was that popular one? The swipe left, swipe right.
Hinge? Raya?
You swipe left, swipe right. It was very popular for I don't know
Tinder?
Tinder. I guess there's
They
a
all
gay
swipe left, swipe
a gay
right.
version of Tinder or whatever. I've never signed up for Tinder or any of those apps. The only ones I use, obviously, as a gay guy and gay men, y'all know, Grinder. But to me, Grinder is not a dating app. I don't look at it as dating. And for the people who be out there like only here for dates, bullshit. Because I look at
Wait,
Grinder.
people write that?
There's so much. There is
Oh, bendito.
there is a small percentage that will put on their profile like not here to hook up, dating or getting to know someone. And I'm sorry, maybe that one person that maybe they may be truth, but for the most part, I call bullshit. Grindr started as a dating
I
app,
mean,
a hookup app.
there are people on the straight apps that say aren't. I don't want to say straight apps because the apps are for everyone, but there are straight people on the apps that say I'm not looking for hookups, blah blah blah, and then they actually end up wanting to just hook up. So,
Thank you. And that's the MO, but that's why I say bullshit. It's like, come on, people, stop the cap. But what's you were telling us
what's
about
my take? My take is that first of all, I like signed up for. I've been on apps before. I've dated guys and been in relationships with meeting guys on apps, whatever. Um, my I like piqued my interest, so to speak, and I went on and I signed up again. And I like, you build your profile trying to be. It depends on how you're feeling at that point in your life. If you want to hook up with someone, you tell them you want to hook up, or if you want a long-term relationship and you're looking for something serious, be about that. But what I found within the 11 hours that I had it, I like had to delete it immediately because I was so not only discouraged, but I was ran away. Like I ran away. The selections, the things people were saying, bitch, you're gonna gag at this. Do you know how many couples profiles reached out and like sent me compliments to hook up?
Mm-mm-mm.
Not the couples reaching out to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about couples always wanting to reach out to me, and it's happened a
Listen,
hell of a lot.
I blame the Mormons.
You blame the
Your
Mormons.
sister, that new show on Hulu.
Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Salt Lake City, and all this exposure of how these people be having those freaky deaky open relationships,
Mhm.
trayways, it's really spreading.
Not Treyway.
And listen, I am not one to knock a threesome. God knows I love a good threesome, but Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I was
Everyone's
like,
different,
"Oh,
though.
you got the wrong bitch." And then there are, listen,
The wrong bitch indeed.
the
Wait,
wrong bitch
real quick,
indeed.
not to deter, but you would never be open to a threesome, even married with your husband, 10 years. Pick this and picture it. 10 years, threesome idea. Never.
I feel like I gotta answer that like offline because I feel like you never know who's watching. I'm gonna say no because I would want it a certain type of way that doesn't is not really gonna be a threesome. It's
Mm,
not. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be described as a threesome. But I'm gonna say no because
say
no.
less. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
but besides the couples reaching out to me, it was fucking people. Listen, I don't want to think that I'm hot shit and that I'm up here and that people are down here. No. But there's a like if you look at me, anyone that knows me and looks at me and all my fucking close friends and even like family members, they know my type. Now, do I think I have a type? Not really. I just like a certain there's a criteria. But you know when the opposite of your type reaches out to you and like they have the audacity to think that I will go for them, it's fucking crazy to me. I'm not listen, everyone has, their I'm not trying to think like I'm not trying to think I'm hot shit, but like I have my preferences. It's just that's very ballsy. Golf claps to you. But yeah, and then there's certain things that people say that I just find like in their bios, they'll say something like I want a girl to be open and to have like
The word open right there says a lot.
the word to be open and to have open to not take ourselves too seriously. When men say that shit about women, they're basically wanting a bitch that's gonna pop like
Yeah, a
spread
bird,
her legs open, a bird.
basically. A bird.
Um, yeah, it was not giving. And I don't know about the selection. Maybe Bumble is being like sprinkling uglies and like low ranking totem pole guys.
Is Bumble like Grinder where it will pop up the demographic that will pop up around you or the people that will pop up around you? It's around your area from the radius 2-3 mile whatever feet
No.
radius. Is it like that?
Yeah, so you can do the radius, the range of like how many miles from
Or near
like
around
1
you?
to 100.
Mhm.
Sorry, age range from like however young, 21, I guess, I don't
Okay,
know,
yeah.
to
Filters.
like 80. You could filter it, but you have to swipe left, swipe right. The thing about Bumble though is that it's designed for women. So women are the ones, if I match with a guy, the girl has to be the one, me has to be the one to send a message to the guy. And then the guy has 24 hours to respond. So what I don't like about Bumble is that it gives men, it puts them in their little feminine era where they want to be chased and they want to be the ones to like feel like they're being courted by a woman because like it's basically saying that the tables have turned, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
instead of a guy like hitting up a girl and being shot down, the girl's hitting up the guy, and 9 times out of 10 you have guys that are not really, they're either not really serious and just want to hook up, or they ghost you, or they just want a pen pal and they just want to talk like message. That is
Uh,
so corny to me.
yo,
So corny.
but real quick, because the wheels were turning as you're explaining this app, because I've heard of Bumble, but I don't know the thing, the female courting. But it makes sense. Bumblebee, and usually in the bee world, the queen is the one running
Yes.
the thing.
One
Ah,
November with
smart.
the
I
bee.
see whoever created that. I see what you did. They're very smart. But back to the people wanting pen pals and all this shit. Listen, it's kind of what we discussed last week. Like with all these people,
Yeah.
and again, I'm not trying to sound also like up here type of shit. Like, oh my god, hey, all these people he got chasing him. Oh my god, his fight. But yeah, people who reach out and express this interest and everything DMs and everything I post, this or that, or when are we gonna hang, or I miss you, or this or that. Like, but yet when you give them a little rope to kind of like set something up, or let's do something, and
Yep.
this, I put myself out there. I've changed my frequency and how I was, because I was that motherfucker who was used to and still can't do it still happens in a sense where people court me.
Yeah.
I said this a lot before, and I've said it before due to shyness, and a lot of people was like, "Oh no, you're not that shy." But going back when I was younger, I got approached. I don't really do the approaching or the setting up, let's go on a date type of thing. So I've changed a little bit. Like, I'm trying to rewire myself a little bit, and also like, hey, do you want to do this or whatever, in a sense. And yet people are still, like you said, that pen pal bullshit, or like that playing. It's like, I'm not here for the games. Like, I'm not here
Mm,
to, like, be DMing. I'm not here like this. I know this is a new generation we're moving into, and things are changing. But like, leave that shit for someone else and leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. If you're not serious, if you think, that's fine. I'm not
yeah.
judging, but I'm not the one. Or
Yep.
the
I
or,
noticed too, like on my short little time of uh my getting reacclimated with dating apps, is that there are a lot of men right now in that age range that like I would like to date, or like within my age, that are like literally starting over, but they don't want what they had before. So like with whether they were married or in a committed relationship and have kids, like they don't want that shit now. So it's very hard for women or men basically who are wanting to have that, to have the opportunity. There's slim pickings out here.
yeah, it's a doggy. I'm telling you, it's a doggy dog world in the grass. And I'm not trying to be funny or shady when I say this, but like, the grass ain't always green on the
Greener.
other side. The grass ain't always green on the other side. But one thing about me, and I said this on the show too, when I get comfortable single, it's hard to take me out of that single like mode.
Same.
Like, it's hard to shake me and penetrate my world and get me out of it. It's
Yeah.
like, I could, what's the word that I say? I could kick it with you, because this is
Mm.
where all the in betweens come into play, and they think, "Oh, we dated." No, nigga, we kicked it. We kicked it. There was
Yeah, what is the
no
difference between kicking it and dating somebody? Please define, because some people say, "Oh, I dated her," or "Yeah, we used to
the,
talk."
the reason why I use the word "kick it," and I hope in the long run, is like, that boy Charlie, that guy Charlie, he created something new. Because dating a lot. This is my problem with the word dating. To me, dating means you are dating. You're not in a relationship. You're dating. You're going on dates. You may knock boot. You may even have some sleepover cuddles. Whatever. You're dating. You're not in a relationship. But what I've noticed is, throughout the last
Mm.
decade, I could say, some people love when you use the word dating, they use it as we were together. No, 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 no. There's a difference. Together is when it becomes official, like, you're my man, I'm your girl, you're my man, whatever. I'm your man, 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 girl, girl, whatever in between, however you go.
Yeah.
That's official, and that's a relationship. Dating to me is like the casual things. But since people like to use dating and say that and use it as a relationship, I, Charlie B, like to say kick it. So
What do you think about people on dating apps posting on their bio, posting their social media handles like Instagram or their Snapchat?
Grinder does that, and Grinder people been using that. I like it for Grinder, for my perspective, because you get to know that this person's real, not a catfish, for the most part. Although I'm sure maybe a good catfish that's bored could set up all that link and do the
Oh
Grinder
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, there
But,
are people like
but
that.
for the most
Me
part,
personally, I don't like it because I feel like I've seen guys write, "Oh, I'm barely on this. Hit me up on Snapchat," or "I'm barely on here. Hit me up on Instagram." To me, that just seems like you're like cloud chasing for follows, and
that's like, yeah, me too.
like you want you want to have, first of all, you don't need to pay for the extra services. I feel I've never really had to pay to like to match with someone. However, it's just weird. Like if for Bumble, it asks you to put your Instagram, and it will show pictures of your like Instagram posts without giving out your information, like your Instagram name and all that stuff. So you could do that. So that way people know that you're a real person and you verify yourself. But to go out of your way and like literally type in your whole Instagram on your bio, I feel like that's corny. That's corny behavior, and I immediately swipe left. And I noticed another thing too. Listen, I have my preference of the ethnicities I like to date.
Yes, you do.
And yes, I do. And I'm not shy about that. But one thing's for sure, Bumble is like vanilla. Very vanilla. And I'm gagged because it wasn't really like that before, but there were like sprinkles of different kinds of ethnicities. But now all I see is vanilla. And yeah, that's not my vibe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Listen, grinders, something grinders become like a bore. But moving on, because we've come to this place of being single and being in this place of having to dabble in the apps because we were with someone that didn't work, and that's fine. That's life. It happens. It's normal.
I
Now,
don't see it as being with someone that didn't work. I just see it not being what you were meant to have, not being, it wasn't for you.
yeah. So with that being said, exes, because we all access to someone. How
Hmm.
long? Some exes go their separate ways and never see each other again. Some exes hate each other. Maybe
Hmm.
both parts or one part. Some exes become friends. There's exes out there that like you hear that become best friends and then move on to other people. And then there's parents that are co-parenting and their exes obviously and stuff. But the question to that is, how long with no kids? Because this is we in this case we talk about like hypothetically speaking, no kids involved. Because if there's kids involved, I'm sorry, but you still have to communicate and be friendly or cordial quicker than
Yeah.
ones without any collateral stuff in there. But how long is it appropriate or not appropriate? How long is it normal to you become friendly or amicable with an ex? What's your thoughts?
I mean, me personally, I'm not, it's not, I don't want to say amicable. I'm not hostile with my exes. I actually am cordial with a lot of my exes with the exception of like probably two. Actually, one, because the other, no, yeah, one or two. But I feel like when a person leaves your life, whether they were destructive or like it made the relationship destructive, there's no reason to be like cordial with them. Now, if an apology comes and like some sort of like accountability and you see change behavior, then perhaps there's a, like the door is open to it. Time wise, I can't really say like a definitive time, but what I can say is it shouldn't happen right away. It shouldn't happen within less than like probably a year.
Yeah, with me, I've been in situations where, well, it depends a year. It depends. But when you say a year, what are you taking into consideration? Like a year, like a toxic relationship or a relationship that caused a lot of disturbance? Because there's also some people that could end where it's like, yeah, there's the end of the road, and both it's they kind of end it without any toxicness. It's like, so even do you think even something like that ends just on both parts saying we're not meant for each other, we ran our course, to still wait a year to form some type of not and when I say friendship, it doesn't mean like he how we're best friends, but like we could see each other and it's not a big deal or like
Are
but
y'all hooking up?
no, there's no hooking up.
I don't think, I would say less than
Friendship,
a year.
friendship, regular.
I think it's too soon because there are things that whether you guys end it amicably or not, there are things in the relationship that didn't work out, whether it was all on this person, but then at the same time, two two can play that game like it can't. in your eyes, your ex could have been the one at fault for most of it because you tried and tried and tried. However, obviously, you play a role in that relationship. So there were probably things, it's a cause and effect.
Hmm.
So I feel like it takes a while for people to realize and see within of things that they have to do and self reflect. So for you to like be friends with someone that you guys just recently broke up, obviously there's not going to be a turn of events within in a short amount of time that's going to make you see them in a different light. Like you guys can hang out and then all of a sudden you're reminiscing about when you guys used to date. Or all of a sudden you start getting feelings again and you start forgetting about the bad things that happened. So that's why I think a year should like kind of change your tune towards the person and kind of come with acceptance, whether it was hostile or not.
I've been in from for me for the most part. I when I break up with someone, and this is like some of my exes have pegged me like notorious for this. Like I, it's like they're dead to me, or they didn't exist. And some of these people I can bump into, and it's like nihi niha. Like if it, for those who know nihi niha, if you know, you know. So I've been through all variables, but even recently, as you know, I with an ex that over 4 years ago that I haven't been with. We recently, met up for lunch and kind of, I don't want to say squash, but and I don't even want to use the word closure because I feel like the word closure could like mean so much, it can be misinterpreted. But move on. Grown folk, like you know what, we do bump into each other here and there. Like it should be fine if we can now say hi and even have a drink and yeah, you go your way, I go my way. Like it shouldn't be, and I was able to do that. Um, there's other exes too that I've been a while. Like for the most part, after a long period of time, I I'm the type of person I don't hold no grudges. I don't hate people. Holding grudges,
Right.
holding all that is a lot of energy, whether you realize it or not. So I like to let it go, and I like to feel good that I'm in a regular place with someone. That if I see them, my anxiety doesn't go up. I want to curse them out, or I have to leave because of this. I just want to feel light. And I don't know.
Well,
I've seen
that's
Wendy.
that's right. That makes sense, but that also plays into the fact where time span, a year, you could like change your thoughts. Like the anger can change into like maybe forgiveness. Oh, it's hard for me to say that. Or it could change into like, you know what? I accept that person for who they are. I just don't want them in my orbit.
But you said something too that it's true. It's really true. Where it's like you have to see, and this is where I'm at in life right now. Like I love the evolution. I love this season and everything going on and the growth. And listen, getting older could be like, oh my god, time. But at the same time, getting older is a beautiful thing because perspective and ways of thinking are changing, and your empowerment.
Yeah.
And you said also people's behavior. Are they coming with an apology? Are they coming with change actions and stuff? And that I'm very observant in that. And with that being said, you know how to place people, and you know how to maneuver, and you know how to move.
Hmm.
Especially once you got this power and this control over yourself and over what you know you will allow, won't allow, how you're gonna move, or how you even feel inside. It's like okay, and then you just know how to maneuver, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, growing into your power. And I said that as a nugget, and knowing like you're good, knowing that you have control over yourself, your emotions, and how things move forward. um but
I
yeah.
think I'm a little bit more reserved when it comes to that because after a failed relationship or after having so much like chaos or toxicity, the last thing you want to do is
Kiki with
experience that.
that's
No,
like,
experience that again or like
oh,
relive those times. So I'm the type of person I push that shit away. I have a ex of mine. He's actually like does do you have a favorite ex by the way?
what type of question? That's a whole
I
different
have
topic.
I have a favorite ex. I have a
That's a
favorite
whole
ex, and I
topic.
will say You know who it is because like we talk about him all the time. Funny enough, but in a joking way. But one of my exes once said to me, "You have when it comes to you breaking up with someone, you have selective memory. Like you make sure to literally take all the memories and like erase them or shove them down to the pits of hell to the point where you forget." And I'm not gonna lie, I am like that. I try to like literally erase any type of like not trauma per se, but anything, any ill experiences that I don't ever want to experience again. Um, so when it comes to that, basically, I'm very selective of like access to me. And you know this, I'm
Mhm.
very like, yo, you're not getting access to me, my friends, anything. You will never see me again. We could live in the same borough, we could live in the same town, we could take the same bus, train, whatever. You're not gonna see me. Or, and if you do see me, you're not gonna get any sort of acknowledgement. So, yeah, I thought it was funny though. Selective.
Yeah. I mean, you like kind of.
And it
I,
doesn't mean that I'm hateful and I'm angry. I just don't it's not that I'm hateful or angry or like, oh, I hate this person, I want them to die. No, it's just I don't remember much. I will give you a perfect example. I had this ex, right? I don't even want to call him an ex because we didn't date for that long. But like I forgot we had like something happen, a situation, and I was just like, oh no, I don't want to date this person ever again. 2 years passed, and like he reached out to me and apologized and was like, um, I realized I was did like things, fucked up things to you, blah blah blah. And I was just like thinking to myself, what the fuck did he do? I just accepted it and like after that, like cut ties because I don't have time to reminisce and think about something bad that was done to me in the past or like I reacted badly because you did something bad to me. So yeah, it's not that I'm angry at the person. I just don't engage. That now that's not a fucking excuse for any of my exes to come around and be like, "Hey, how are you? How's life?" No, miss me with that bullshit.
well, when you're single, you get to watch a lot of Bravo, Bravo, fucking Bravo.
Mm,
And with that, speaking of Bravo, I don't know if you keep up. I'm someone who's always kept up with numbers. Um,
yeah.
I pay attention to numbers ever since growing up. Funny enough, I pay attention to numbers, but I hate math. The subject I hate the worst is math. And I was just speaking about this just the day before. No, actually yesterday or Monday. But I hate math. It's the worst subject. I hated math for a lot of different reasons, traumatic reasons. I hate math. But
Who's
with
on
that
a
being said,
reading
I
amount?
paid attention to numbers back when. Listen, children, back when artists used to actually sell cassettes and CDs, and they would count the numbers of each CD and cassette sold, not just streams. So I will pay attention to numbers and numbers like that. And Bravo recently, we've been seeing a decline in numbers of that. Speaking, I'm just only speaking for the Real Housewives numbers because that's the franchise I watch. Those other shows I, for the most part, run to Bravo for. Um, and there is a decline. There is a less decline, although for some it's still considered okay for their franchise. But a lot of people are like, oh, that is going down, or it's because this person left, or it's because they fired this person, or they sort of the thing. But I have my perspective. I don't know if you've heard of this or if you pay attention to some of their housewife shows and the decline of their ratings. Have you, or do
I
you
don't
know?
need to. I don't need to know. I haven't been watching Bravo. I haven't been watching a couple of like the franchises, three already that I can think of. The Orange County, I never watched it. I haven't been caught up with Salt Lake, and then I just literally an hour before this, I was watching New York. Yo, New York is not hitting like it should, and like the comments on TikTok or Instagram are bad, really bad. Potomac too.
No, Potomac. Well, Potomac, I'm hearing different. Potomac.
Potomac is good, but Potomac at the same time, like I'm not enthused to watch his Sunday night like right away. I
Got
would
it.
gladly skip a day, and I don't know. You didn't watch the latest New York one, did you?
No, it came out yesterday. With me, well, I don't have like cable or live cable, so I have Peacock. So I have to watch everything that airs one day the next day. So I'll maybe catch up tonight depending on timing and stuff.
Well, I want to
Um,
hear your thoughts about it because I have a lot to say.
but for the most part, ratings are going down. But what people don't realize too, I feel, is one, there is Peacock. A lot of people are leaving cable behind and going to streaming services and catching it on Peacock. This one. Two, we got to realize also Bravo and that Bravo universe has been unfortunately under attack within the last 2 years or so with the reality reckoning, with people suing Andy, or
Defamation,
or
yeah.
accusations of misogynistic stuff, and racism and not equality. So I truly feel also that has to do a little bit with the decline in people watching these housewife shows. To be real, again, on top of that, people are watching on streaming as well. That being the major component. People are watching, like me, the very next day. So you got to count those streaming numbers. But I do feel some of those lost numbers are because of the scrutiny that Bravo and the people that run Bravo, aka Andy, has been under the last 2 years or so. What do you think about that
I
possibility?
don't necessarily think it's, well, I sometimes, what is it like, bad publicity is good publicity. I don't think it's necessarily because of that. I think it's more so there's a lack of programming going on. If you think about it, look how it took the fall for us to get all these fucking housewives franchises to come back on our screens. There's a, Bravo is not just composed of housewives. Southern Charm, Southern Hospitality, Below Deck, which is like it just ended now. The flipping outs and stuff, which by the way, Jeff Lewis announced that he's re-signing a new contract to come back to Bravo, and he's doing like a flipping out 2.0. It's like there's not enough diversity in Bravo. There's no Project Runway, there's no Top
I heard
Chef.
that's coming up back supposedly. I don't know
Well,
when.
I hope so
I
because
never
like
watched it to begin with, but I heard that's
I
coming.
started watching Bravo back in high school when I went to school in Florida, and I remember like that was watching, coming home and watching Queer Eye for the Straight Guy like was so elite to me. I love those five, what is it, Fab Five?
Yeah,
But it's just not giving a variety, and I don't like that. Even like Married to Medicine is not around. Not that I watched that, but
it's coming back. They just dropped the trailer yesterday, and it
I
returns to
saw, I
24.
saw.
I'll be watching. Listen, I never got into. I will give one of my exes this. He used to watch it, and I used to catch some episodes with him, but I never was into Married to Medicine. But I did get into it last year, and for the girls, I respect the girls. But for the girls saying that Phaedra did not bring a new spark, did not bring some new ratings, girls, y'all hating because I never watched y'all consistently for a whole season. And because of Miss Feifei, Miss Phaedra Esquire Parks, I watched last season and will be blessing y'all with an extra number. This one number, and one really does count, go a long way. We'll bless y'all and watch y'all this year again till she departs the show midway, allegedly. Not allegedly, it does happen. But she leaves middle of the season. And maybe
Mm.
I'll finish off the season since I was already invested in watch. But girls, Phaedra did bring some numbers, quad and heavily. So
I for me, I miss the fact that there was spin-offs. Tardy for the Party, that was a spin-off. The Ultimate Girls Trip, like bring that lost footage of that lost season that they're never gonna air
it's
with
not gonna
Brandy.
happen. Of course
It's
not.
not gonna happen, but like it would have, I don't know, like yeah, there's not enough creativity flowing. That's what I want to say. They canceled the Hamptons one with no Martha's Vineyard, which
Mm.
whatever. But that's what I'm saying. There's not enough juices flowing for like more shows. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it's weird that like this Bravo Fest, this fan fest that they're doing in Miami, they're giving away free tickets to a lot of people because who the fuck is paying to
Oh,
go to
wait, so
Miami?
you're giving free tickets now? Are you
I
signing
mean,
us up for these things?
no, because so they're giving free tickets to like let's say the audience members of the virtual callers that call on Watch What Happens Live. After they ask their question, they're like, Andy's like, "Oh, caller, by the way, you're getting tickets to go to XYZ," which is
Oh,
cool. But and then if you call, first of all, he goes on his radio show at like 10 o'clock while I'm working, so like I would have to listen to it live, know what time around what time that they're gonna like give the free tickets, and a lot of fucking people are calling from different places and saying that they're gonna fly to Miami, which they're not, but. So yeah,
listen, I can hop on a trip on a flight to Miami.
I know, but I catch another flight. I need to go to Miami anyway. I have a restaurant opening.
We'll discuss. We'll discuss final trips for the winter.
We will discuss logistics of travel.
Yes, after the show. But with that being said, you Miss Disco Queen, I thought of you because Jade, it's Jade, but for the people who don't know, Jade Thirlwall from Little Mix just dropped her third single called Fantasy. And I want to know if you heard it because
I
you're
have
a
not.
disco queen. And it's very disco, and I want you to watch the video too. I feel like you're gonna like it.
Really? Okay, I'll watch it. I like, it took me a minute to get into Angel of My Dreams because I felt like everybody and their mom, aka you, were blasting it too much. And like, I like to listen to things at my own time. I don't like being told, like, you got to listen to something right away.
I never told you gotta listen to Angel of My Dreams like that either, though.
Well, also, you kept playing it over and over while
Oh,
we were
that's
on
different.
vacation. And I was like, bitch, are you going to change the fucking station?
That's
But,
turn
damn,
the
I just got
station, change
whiplash.
the channel. Come on, Madonna.
I've been listening to Kylie Minogue's new album, and I want to see her in concert.
Oh, but you didn't even rock with Tension Part One like that.
Cause it was good, but it wasn't. I feel like when it came out, it wasn't like that wasn't my vibe. And also, what's his name? Andy asked her because one of my favorite albums of her is Disco. Is it Disco?
It has to be disco because you're a disco queen. Yeah, it's called disco. She has a
No, what the one that she has like it came out
golden.
during.
I think it's golden. It was called golden.
No.
Never
Producer, look it up. Let me put on my producer hat. It was it was the one that came out during quarantine.
disco. It's either disco or
Yeah, it's called Disco. It came out in 2021. She didn't really do a lot of like obviously she didn't advertise it as much because hello, pandemic. The songs in that album are fucking amazing. And he asked her, is she gonna do this on the set list? Like, are the songs gonna be on the set list? She said she hasn't even done the set list yet. But
she has an extensive catalog. Kylie Minogue
yeah.
has been around since the fucking 80s. She has an extensive, like Madonna, she has an extensive catalog. So, but the thing is, and yeah, hear it here first, we are going to see Kylie Minogue. She has two shows at Madison Square Garden, and we are going to see.
It's in April. But you know what I noticed? That the freaking tickets are so cheap for floor seats. It's like 200 and something. Where were these prices?
It just came out now, but
No, because usually when they first come out, it's like
it's a lot.
insanely expensive. Yeah. But I'm ready to pull the trigger and buy them. Let me
But
know.
Jade, going back to Jade, is doing a disco thing. It's called Fantasy. And Jade's been surprising me out of the Little Mix girls. Although Perry finally released a song. Well,
Perry, bitch. There's many things I don't correct Charlie many times. But when he says this name, I just have to correct. It just irks my soul.
Perry, I think Perry will find it endearing and maybe laugh. But because I love Perry, I think she's so beautiful. And honestly, although I love some of the other girls too, I'm not gonna say all the girls because we know I don't love all the Little Mix girls, but
Yeah.
she has the best voice, I think, Perry. But anyways, she finally released a song that you were like about. But again, I'm in a relatable era with things. I relate to music, and when something relates to my life, I run with it and play it 50 times over until I'm tired of it. But the song What
was the last song that I downloaded?
The Perry one?
No, I'm trying to think of what songs I've been in a Latin kick lately. If I'm not listening to like old school reggaeton like Plan B, I've been listening to what was the last song? Oh, there was you I don't know if you've seen clips, but there was this like for Hispanic Heritage Month, the Tiny Desk performance with Catriel, I think it's called, and Paco Amoroso. I downloaded their music. It's good. It's like a funky band from Argentina.
Argentina. There's a lot of Argentinos. No, Venezuelan? No, it's Venezuelan. It's
But
not
and
Venezuelans.
I've been listening to Soto Shuffle just because of the Yankees. You don't know what that is, it's fine.
No, I don't. But with that being said, guys, next week is our Halloween bash. I can't. I Wow, next week. Next
You
week.
need to give a special shout out for good nights to your nephew, please and thank you. You're getting a request from since you are the YouTube what is it? The YouTube
Good night,
uncle.
my nephew. I gave him a shot. We didn't we speak about it last week?
Yes.
I gave
Well, we need another one.
about my nephews and my Zane last week, and I'm gonna say it again. Good night to my buddy Zane. I love you. Uncle loves you. I can't say much because there's some surprises next week, but yeah, it's gonna be a vibe. Um, Next week's Halloween bash. I'm excited. The people are excited. People are DMing. Can't wait till we show up and show out.
Yeah.
Um,
We all have a reason why we're dressing up the way we're dressing up, by the way.
yeah. Well, I have a few costumes this season.
Oh, I thought that we
Zane. Woo! Go.
I
Well,
thought we had I thought we we'll discuss offline because
yeah,
we need
but
to get
hey,
it
I have a few
together.
costumes. I have the New York costume, then I have the show costume, then I have the trip costume. So, but with
Look at
that being said, thank
you.
you guys for tuning in and for supporting us. We love you guys. We appreciate it. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, rate, all that good stuff on YouTube and Facebook. It's free and streaming the very next day on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, all your favorite streaming places. Next week is going down. It's going down. Adios.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.